She was fired from the Wayne County Jail because she blew the whistle on one of Sheriff Benny Napoleon's top guys.
The county says they let her go because she broke the rules, and they blamed her for letting an inmate run his multi-million-dollar internet porn business out of his jail cell. 7 Action News investigator Heather Catallo has been digging into the case for 2 years, and it's finally set to go to trial on Monday.
Sheriff Benny Napoleon and a lot of his top commanders are about to find themselves under oath on the witness stand. And we've uncovered some critical records that raise serious doubts about the reasons that the Sheriff's Department has given for firing a jail employee.
In the history of jail scandals in Michigan, it ranks among the most outrageous. A federal inmate caught using a laptop in a jail cell to run his multi-million-dollar porn business. When the case broke 2 years ago, the Wayne County Sheriff's Department could not point the finger fast enough.
In this specific instance, the system didn't break down. One individual failed the system.
The individual they blamed was Renee Newell, the former director of jail compliance.
She was in a position of authority and responsible for monitoring the activities of certain inmates.
Newell says the laptop scandal wasn't the only thing sheriff's officials tried to pin on her. As part of her whistleblower lawsuit, Newell says she was targeted when she crossed one of Sheriff Benny Napoleon's top guys, the chief of the Wayne County Jail, Jeriel Hurd. Newell reported to her boss that Hurd had improperly hired this woman, Tiffany Burgess, to work in the jail. Newell told her superiors he was violating the rules by using money from the jail commissary to pay her $45,000 salary. Curiously, within hours of Newell making that report, she became the focus of an internal affairs investigation.
I knew at that point that there was some type of setup going on.
During her interrogation, Newell says she was grilled about that laptop porn business. Her answer to the investigators?
That inmate being allowed to have that laptop came from Jeriel Hurd.
Incredibly, even after Newell was publicly blamed, Chief Hurd admitted he is the one who approved that laptop.
Why did you authorize Francis Schrock to have a laptop in the jail?
Oh, that's easy. Because the federal detainee was acting as his own attorney. He needed access to information to represent himself. So I consulted with the U.S. Marshal Service, and they had no objection.
But that's not true. According to court documents I uncovered, the U.S. Marshals did not approve that laptop, and the feds called the decision to provide the computer highly unorthodox. So why was Newell fired? According to court records, the official reason was she failed to tell her bosses that her half-brother had been locked up in the jail. But that doesn't hold up because this internal affairs report says she actually did tell her bosses.
I did nothing wrong, and that's why I felt that it was so unfair that I would be discharged.
This all brings us back to Newell's theory and the basis for her lawsuit, that she was fired and shamed for blowing the whistle on the hiring of Tiffany Burgess.
In addition to Newell's allegations that Hurd did not get the proper approval for Burgess's hiring, Newell had also been told that Burgess was Hurd's niece. The county denies that Burgess is related to Hurd and said Newell's firing had nothing to do with that.
She was an at-will employee, an appointee of the sheriff that was engaged in wrongdoing, and she was held accountable for it.
So why did the county block out this line in an email that Burgess sent to Chief Hurd, touting her job experience? After we pushed them, they finally gave us the right version of the email, where you can clearly see Burgess signing off saying, "Thank you so very much, Uncle Jerry."
Is she a relative or a close personal friend of yours?
Absolutely not.
Do you have any outside relationship with her outside of work?
Never.
Or her family?
Her family? I knew her family when she was a child, and her father was the president of the PTA that one of my children attended elementary school.
So was there anything inappropriate about her hiring?
Absolutely not. Nothing illegal, immoral, or unethical.
Tiffany Burgess told me she is not a blood relative of Jeriel Hurd and says she was hired because of her qualifications, but her contract was not renewed. Her hiring and the role that the sheriff and others played in Newell's dismissal will take center stage on Monday when her whistleblower lawsuit plays out in court. Of course, we'll be there to bring you all the details. I'm Heather Catallo, 7 Action News.